Hello children, welcome to the channel. This is lesson number 2, Nutrition in Animals, class 7, and we have already studied about the topic nutrition, digestion, and then how the glands are working for digestion, then digestion in humans, the alimentary canal, the entire digestive system we have learned till small intestine, what happens in the mouth and the buccal cavity, the different types of teeth and their work which is required during digestion, what is ingestion we have done. Then we discussed about how the starch and saliva, they combine to form the sugar, and that activity also we discussed here. What is tooth decay we did in our previous class. How is epiglottis helpful to us in movement of the food. Then regarding esophagus, the food pipe we discussed. Then stomach with three linings, the mucus, the hydrochloric acid layer and the gastric juices. After that we discussed about the small intestine, and now we are going to discuss about we discussed about the absorption also of small intestine as well as assimilation. Today's topic is large intestine. Now finally, now the food enters from the small intestine to the large intestine. You all should know what is the large intestine, how does it look like. So please have a look to the picture again. Here is the picture. This is how the large intestine looks like. Here it's the large intestine, this one. This entire thing is the large intestine. This is termed as large intestine. This entirely is termed as large intestine, although its length is not large. It is larger in thickness, in dimension. So it's termed as large intestine. If you notice, if you get to know, small intestine is 7.5 meters long, whereas the large intestine is only 1.5 meter long. So when I say it is the large intestine, it is about the thickness of the intestine. Okay. Now coming to the what does it do? What happens in the large intestine? So here you find from the small intestine, now food is entering into the large intestine. Can you check here? Let me change the color. So here, from here, this is the end of the small intestine, and from here the food is now entering into the large intestine. Here in this large intestine also villi are present, which helps in absorption. So let us read the entire paragraph to understand. Here comes the paragraph for the large intestine. The large intestine is wider and shorter than small intestine, as I just now told you, and I also told you about its length. How much is the length? 1.5 meter in length. What does it do? Its main function, this is very important, its main function is to absorb water and some salts from the undigested food materials. Water and salts, that means all other components are absorbed by the small intestine. The water and the salts are the main things which are absorbed by the large intestine. Then the remaining waste passes into the rectum and remains there as a semi-solid feces. Now let me draw the large intestine. It somehow looks like this. Here is the large intestine which I am drawing. So this is the entire thickness. This is the 1.5 meter long large intestine. It is quite thick. You can see the dimension here. It is quite thick. Villi are present here also, which are absorbing water and salts. So here water and salts are absorbed. Whatever salts are formed in our body during digestion are absorbed and is given to the cells of our body. Now the remaining fecal matter means the, just now you said the waste which is passing. This fecal matter is now passing through the large intestine, and this area is the rectum. Here it gets stored. The fecal matter is removed through the anus. So this part is the anus, the last part. The last part is the anus. This part is the anus. And from here the waste is thrown out of the body, and that is known as egestion. So after the food, after the absorption of the food in the small intestine, it enters into the large intestine where the water and the salts are absorbed. The remaining waste passes and goes and gets stored in the rectum, and from the anus it is thrown out of the body as the fecal matter. So this was all about the digestion of food that takes place in the human body. Now let me tell you one very interesting feature, or what should I tell you, that here is a small story regarding a doctor and a patient. You just need to know that how is our food entering or moving into our body. The working of the stomach was discovered by a strange accident. स्टमक के अंदर कैसे हमारा काम हो रहा है, फूड का, फूड स्टमक के अंदर कैसे मूव कर रहा है, क्या काम हो रहा है, वो एक एक्सीडेंट हुआ था किसी पर्सन का, उसके बाद पता चला है. इन 1822 अ मैन नेम्ड एलेक्सिस सेंट मार्टिन वॉज बैडली हिट बाई ए शॉर्ट गन. उनको गन लग गया था. दिस पर्सन वॉज द पेशेंट और उनको गन लग गया था. The bullet had seriously damaged the chest wall and made a hole in the stomach. Can you see here? Chest wall, और यहाँ पे hole करके अंदर घुस गया था. He was brought to the American Army doctor William Beaumont. The doctor saved the patient, but he could not close the hole properly and left it bandaged. पेशेंट को तो बचा लिया गया था क्योंकि उस टाइम पे शायद 1822 में इतने सोफिस्टिकेटेड मटेरियल्स होते नहीं थे कि उस होल को अच्छे से बंद कर दिया जाए, तो उन्होंने सिर्फ बैंडेज करके छोड़ दिया था. ब्यूमॉन्ट टुक इट एज एन ग्रेट अपॉर्चुनिटी टू सी इनसाइड द स्टमक थ्रू द होल. जिस तरह हम एक छोटे से होल के थ्रू कहीं अंदर पीप करते हैं ना, डॉक्टर ने इस पेशेंट के बॉडी के अंदर इस होल के थ्रू झांकना शुरू कर दिया. और वो क्या देखा उन्होंने? इनसाइड द स्टमक. ब्यूमॉन्ट ने क्या देखा? ब्यूमॉन्ट फाउंड दैट द स्टमक वाज चर्निंग द फूड. उन्होंने देखा कि स्टमक जो है इस तरह फूड को मिक्सी की तरह गोल 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 घुमा घुमा के चर्न कर रहा है. इट्स वॉल सिक्रेटेड अ फ्लूइड विच कुड डाइजेस्ट द फूड. इवन स्टमक की वॉल से जो जूसेस सिक्रीट हो रही थी वो भी उन्हें दिखाई दे रहा था. ही ऑल्सो ऑब्जर्व दैट द एंड ऑफ द स्टमक ओपन्स इनटू द इंटेस्टाइन. उन्होंने ये भी देखा कि जो स्टमक का एंड है, जो ये पोर्शन है स्टमक का, जो ये वाला पोर्शन है जो एंड हो रहा है एंड इज़ मूविंग इनटू द स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन, ये भी देखा उन्होंने. ओनली आफ्टर द डाइजेशन ऑफ द फूड इनसाइड द स्टमक इज़ कम्प्लीट. यहाँ पे ये फूड तभी एंटर कर रहा था स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन में जब पूरा का पूरा डाइजेशन कंप्लीट हो रहा था. सो ही नोटिस्ड एवरीथिंग थ्रू दिस होल. दिस इज़ सच एन इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग, बट हमें सोचने से अभी अजीब लगेगा, बट उस टाइम पे ऐसा हुआ था. So this was all about the digestion that takes place and the process of digestion that takes place in humans. In my next video, we are going to discuss about digestion in grass eating animals, that is cow, buffalo, goat, anyone, whichever animals are eating grass, उनके अंदर का digestion process कैसा होता है. So stay tuned by then, and you all should keep learning and marking the difficult words. As you know, here in this paragraph also you get to have a very important word, and also there is a definition here for egestion. You get the difficult word feces here, feces, and you also should remember how long is the small intestine. So stay tuned, and we are going to start with the next topic in my next video. Thank you.